Audio rolling.
Visual rolling.
Action.
From a young age, my parents encouraged me to be whoever I wanted to be. They told me if I could dream it, I could achieve it. Some little girls grow up with dreams to be a princess, a teacher, a doctor, a risk taker, a lawyer, a mother, or maybe even a rock star. I can honestly say that at some point in my life, I wanted to be all of these things, but none of them seemed to fit. I was given my first camera on my 4th birthday. It was a dinky little thing, but it used film, and my parents paid to have my photos developed. I remember, even at these young ages, I would take lots of pictures of my friends, family, pets. One may even argue that I invented the selfie, because when other people were not willing to be my subjects, I'd photograph myself. At the age of 7, I received my first digital camera, which no longer limited me to a 32 exposure roll of film. I could take hundreds of pictures if I wanted to. In addition to receiving this camera, my parents also graced me with 2 younger siblings who suddenly became my models for all of my shoots. I would take my brother and sister's baby blankets and use them as backdrops as I forced the children into ridiculous outfits and poses. Somewhere along the line, this love of photography morphed into video. I'd grown up with my father videotaping me throughout childhood. Maybe it's the fact that I was the first kid, or maybe it's just the 90s home movie fad, but I grew up having access to video technology. Having seen my own childhood be documented, I took liberty upon myself to begin documenting my siblings' childhoods. I used that same snap-and-shoot 8-megapixel HP camera to make these mini videos up until teenage years.
We forgot to do our favorite food.
Okay, what's your favorite food?
Mashed potatoes.
And once I decided that interviewing 4-year-olds wasn't the most interesting pastime, I began to write scripts and force my siblings and friends to be in my short fictional films. In 8th grade, I got involved in a movie-making program at my local library. We worked as a team to produce our own awful version of American Idol, along with a few other fictional shorts. I chose to ambitiously write, direct, produce, act in, and edit the world's worst horror flick, which I also forced my brother and sister to make an appearance in. Though these videos were nothing noteworthy, it was the first time I got to experience collaborating on a video production. That same year, I had the privilege of shadowing the photographer at my aunt's wedding. I followed her around, and she instructed me on how to photograph large groups. She gave me tips on proper lighting and photo composition. At that time, I had no idea any of this would be relevant in my future. Throughout high school, I upgraded my cameras, was given my first digital video camera. But I never saw a future in photographic art. I took pictures of my friends, special events, and travel, and used my video camera for school projects, but never took a photography class. As I graduated high school, I had dreams of becoming a lawyer. I came to Ohio State with intentions of double majoring in criminology and social work. I knew I had to take an art class to fulfill a general education requirement. I ended up in an intro to photography class. Ironically, this was the only class I enjoyed. During my first semester of college, I was miserable. I was suffering from homesickness, a broken heart, and familial problems, and I found myself expressing my emotions through my work. My anxiety and depression were captured in still images, but also in a video project I created as my final for that class. In addition to photography class, I found myself taking headshots and photo shoots for friends, and this made me happy. The following semester, I took a darkroom class and actually began to learn about film, camera work, and exposure. I knew I wanted to change my major. I wanted to be happy not only in school, but with whatever career path I chose. There is a stigma associated with studying art. Though my parents are very supportive, often people look down upon my career aspirations. But I am happy. I take photographs on the field at OSU football games. I help pay my tuition by working as a lab assistant in our school's video lab. I'm working on video projects for a local nonprofit. And for the first time in a long time, I am proud of the work I produce. I'm always camera ready, even after a 13-hour flight and not having slept. I'm always ready to capture the beautiful world around me. I am just a girl who's always had the privilege of looking at her life through the lens of her camera, focusing on what's important, capturing the good times, developing from the negatives, and when things don't work out, taking another shot.
Take a picture of it.
I got it. Scoot back a little bit. Well, no, don't sit. Okay, that's fine. I'll just come in on you.